Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on the IQRF Summit 2017, the conference about Internet of Things. You know, there are many conferences about Internet of Things where you can hear like how there will be like 30 billion devices in 2025, right? But you cannot really see the real stuff. You cannot touch it, right? So we want to change it, and we organize this conference in order for you to see where the IoT is and that you can really touch it, you can try it, you can see the real demonstrations here on the stage. You can learn how to build up your own IoT solution on the workshop, and then you can discuss with the real developers and manufacturers of IoT solutions on the marketplace. So the question is, like, if the IoT really makes sense, if it's needed. And I will tell you a true story. Like, we came here 2 days ago and we did some organization and we prepared a demo that I will show you shortly. And we installed this CO2 sensor in our apartment or in our room in this hotel. And when we came back at 11 o'clock, you see what the CO2 was doing, right? It was like constantly growing. And even the air condition was running. So then we went to sleep, and we didn't have really good sleep. And this was in the morning, so the ppm was on the level of 2000. For you that is who are not experienced with ppm and CO2, the level should be below 1000. And by the way, this sensor has a range up to 2000. So in reality, there was maybe 3000 or 4000. So then you cannot really sleep well. And the IoT actually can enable this easy installation that you can monitor the environment, you can see what's the consumption of your power, of your water, you can control things, and the target of this event is to show you that it's possible to be done now, and it's possible to be done pretty easily. So at the end of the day, the IoT seems to be easy, and it must be easy. So you take your cell phone and you want to control your home, you want to control your production, your facility, you want to also know the information about your city, you want to give feedback to the government and so on and so on. So it's easy, but we are here IoT professionals, and if we take a look behind that, you see that there's an actuator on one side that you want to control, and there's an app, right, in your cell phone. But there are many pieces of the puzzles in between, right? You can have not only actuators, but you can have also sensors and meters. You can have components that you build up your hardware. You need a wireless connectivity, right? This is where we are coming from the IQRF, the wireless technology for connecting things together. But you also need a gateway. You need a gateway and the hardware and the software. But then you need also the cloud, you need telecommunication infrastructure that you actually deliver the data to the cloud, then you need some backend, you need a front end, you need a mobile app, then you need also like a management software for the gateways. If you have like thousands of gateways and hundreds of thousands of devices, you need to be able to manage all of this. And also you need to standardize things. Otherwise, if everyone works in the different way on the different protocols, then the things wouldn't be interoperable. And then you can start to put it together in different applications like indoor localization, lighting, telemetry, waste. And then you can like integrate it in the bigger solutions, let's say. So from this you can do the smart city, you can do the smart building, Industry 4.0, right? And then you can add even like a artificial intelligence that would actually control this all. And there are also, like, you have to teach the people about this new thing, so we need to work with the education. And there are many things that I cannot even like mention here, and there are still new things coming. So you can see that this is a very complex puzzle. And I believe that there's no single company here on this world that can do the whole IoT. So we have to work together, and for one company it's not possible, for one human being it's definitely not possible. So this is what we are building up here. We are building up a community of people that can take different pieces of the puzzle for the IoT, put them together, and enable this, I would say, revolution. So this is what we are doing here in the IQRF Alliance. And as you will see, in the last 2.5 years, we gathered about 75 entities, like big corporations, middle-sized companies, well settled on the market, startups, but also universities and innovation centers, and this coming from US, whole Europe. We have members from India, we have members also from Taiwan. So this is definitely a community which is growing very well. And on the very beginning, we started with, yes, we should do the standard alliance where we do the end devices interoperable. But as we were proceeding through this whole process, we realized that there are much more things that like things and hardware and software, clouds, services, and so on, that needs to be available for you to really do the IoT solution. So now we, let's say, change the concept and we say, hey, in the alliance there must be also like system integrators, there must be software providers. So we are really building up the community that can do the IoT together. And we are working hard to make your life easier as IoT professionals. So we have these IQRF transceivers that most of you are, let's say, familiar with, those small modules that can enable the wireless communication. But there's also operating system, so you don't have to develop anything. There's a development environment. We have this layer of GPA, which makes different devices from different manufacturers working in one network. And what we are now working on in the alliance is like a standardization. So if you buy 2 different products from different manufacturers and you send them one command, you will get the answer. You know, so that everyone speaks the same language, I would say. Another thing to simplify your life we are working on is this IQRF daemon. So basically, the idea is that if you take any Linux gateway, like this one from ION, you can download the daemon, you can connect this new IQRF antenna-like modules, so it looks like antenna, but it's a module. You can connect it to the gateway and you have IQRF gateway. That's as easy it is. And in order to make your, let's say, life easy also during the startup phase, we prepared this IQRF starter kit. So we will discuss it later. But with this, you will get a clear guideline how in a couple of hours you can build your IoT solution or the base of it. And let's say more on the IQRF Alliance side, then you have the ready interoperable devices, you have the ready gateways. We've started also with an IQRF shop. So basically one place where you can go and where you can buy all the hardware related to IQRF. So it's easy. If you want to test something, you don't have to go to the manufacturer and to another manufacturer and to the next manufacturer. You can buy everything on one place. And this is the same what we are doing with the software and services. So we want to gather them on the GitHub. So then if you want to test different clouds, you can go to our GitHub and there will be a guideline how to connect to Microsoft Azure, how to connect to IBM Bluemix, how to connect to any different clouds and solutions, basically. And then we are building up this community. Actually, this is the biggest event of this community. I must thank you to come over here, and it's my pleasure that there are such a big number of you guys who showed up and are interested in IoT and IQRF. And we are now involving also the solution providers and even like the integration platforms. And I'm very proud that here in this room we have representative of every single piece of the puzzle that I showed on the beginning. You know, so we have the know-how here, we have the skills, and we can do pretty much not any IoT project, but the IoT project which is like which makes sense for the IQRF technology. So we want to also like help you to be successful on the market. So once you develop your product or service, you can put it on the shop. So basically, what you would start with if you want to evaluate the IQRF, you can go to the shop, you can go to the GitHub, and you can test it, you can run your pilot project, and from then you can actually develop your own solution, your own hardware, your own software, whatever. And the beauty of that is that you can put it back into the ecosystem. So this should enable like very fast startup with this IoT startup with the IQRF community. So why we are here today is to put these pieces of the puzzle to make like a nice picture of it. It's like a networking event, right? So please talk to each other, like set up new business relationships. Definitely we are here also to show like what would be the benefit for you to being the member of the Alliance, to be really part of this like core of this community. And definitely we are here also to have fun. So you are all welcome tonight for the dinner that we have in the restaurant next door, and there will be even like a live music concert of Simon and Garfunkel. So you will definitely enjoy that. So I wish you a great 2 days, and I hope this will be very helpful for your next business. So enjoy the IQRF Summit 2017.